Dala diri o basig maklaron na kanang diya. Di na dem klaro diri nga part. Uwi.
Coming here to Scotland twice a year, and that's how inheritance law works in Scotland. That's the way it goes. Not like in England. If you got the property in England, the government take it away from you after 99 years because you don't own the land. That's different in Scotland. When you die and you have no relatives, the one you know of, someone will eventually inherit that because they will find someone who is related to you, and that person will get that eventually. You see these fluffy, wild, white and black animals fluffy there, life haggises. That's how I call them. So anytime you hear me shouting life haggises, life haggies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No confusion about the word sheep. You might be looking up on the water, you never know. Life haggis, it's always one thing only. Let's play a game, shall we? Anyone likes games?
Yes.
Good. The game is Spot the Unicorn. Yeah. Why do you think we looking for unicorns? It's a national animal of Scotland, yes. That's why we look for them. How to see the unicorn? How to notice it's a unicorn? You're going in too much of a strange ways. It's easy. It's easy. You need a full moon, and then you check if a white horse have a horn. With the full moon on only. No full moon, it's just a white horse. You never know till it's a full moon. So the game is simple. I'm not asking you to wait till full moon here in Scotland. It just happened 2 days ago. So any white horse would presume like snacks, hot dogs. Yeah. Luckily it was not disaster. Hot dog. Anyway, that's the sign, and that's where we're stopping. So 10 minutes, go out there, take pictures. Don't come to the main road. Keep yourself safe. Take pictures of a fireweed, the purple flowering weed. Take pictures of a heather. There's a lot of heather around here, and I will call it motion sickness. Let me know. The quicker the better, because I can pass on the bag for you. That's all I can do. If you got no drags on yourself, I'm not dragging you with anything. No chance. I got special bags which are paper outside, wax inside. If you need them, let me know. Because the roads will be like that. Not just that road, but the roads after will be like that. That's your lunch today, possibly. You never know. They might be just waiting to donate, you know, the best organs for you. Food should be taken for gratitude, for, you know, things, appreciation. So let me select, now it's a good time, select special music for you guys. There will be a few songs in the Gaelic language, and someone asked me about the languages. I will talk about them just after a few songs. So here comes the music, few modern bands with the Gaelic music for you, and then I will do some driving, and I'll come back and I'll show you a couple of things and tell you a couple of things. feeling special activity? Anyone feeling special? Oh, your voice is getting lower. I can feel like we are falling asleep. What if I fall asleep? Yeah, try not to fall asleep. Don't worry. I will give you a time where you can fall asleep. I will actually keep it quiet and play you the nice, soothing music. Any point if you can fall asleep with me talking, go for it, guys. Don't stop. Don't hold yourself back. If you need it, you go for it. Bridge of voice again. As I said, we're coming back the same way, just a little bit. And we stopping.
Earmarks. Drive that. The guy was driving you. That's a peculiar thing. You got to allow in the car and then you walk in.
You're three. Last moment where you tell me you want to bathe in the water of Loch Lochy. On the other side you can see commercial activity over forestry. No one needs fertility then, I'll take it. Don't be shy, show me a hand and I will stop for you. No? Okay. So we just carried past by Loch Lochy. They go there stuff fertility. No one wants to admit, everyone probably will come here secretly on their own. In a car and spend a few hours in the water. They will feel more fertile right away. Well, that's fine. You absolutely deserve privacy. So we are on our way to Commando. Just shortly before then, I will tell you about establishment, foundation of a Commando boys. However, before we get there, have a look to these pine trees straight ahead of us. Can you see them? 3 pine trees. One look a bit odd, doesn't it? Yeah. It was a reckless trainee pilot for Royal Air Force. He went too low, too slow, bang, clipped the tree. That's why they chop all the trees here.
Did she survive chopping the tree?
Of course. Over the water flying. A few times I've seen them. The plane did not survive though. The pilot ejected himself. A plane ended up in the water, ecological disaster, had to be salvaged by the MOD, Ministry of Defense, and they had to pay a hefty compensation to the owner of the property because, well, they end up with a tree, the pine tree, before Christmas. It was not the Christmas time, so they didn't want the Christmas tree yet. They were not that, forward thinking. So they asked for hefty compensation, then MOD chop all the trees. The good news is, the pilot doesn't fly. So you guys safe. When you're flying home, you can be sure that these pilots don't chop the trees. Yeah? You see, the dogs even were using a little bit of fertility extra from Loch Lochy. So we're now going there. We'll pass the Japanese garden And just less than 10-12 minutes, we're going to stop at Commander Boys. And then after that song I started to play, after that song I will start telling you about Commander Boys. Just few things and then I'll leave. In 1940, the Allied forces were not really gaining anything. Nazis were advancing, very substantially advancing. In Britain, Winston Churchill sent call for elite force, for volunteers in a wartime. They eventually been established with the motto, "Together we conquer." And some say they contributed substantially to the changing the tide of war, from losing to winning, some say. Not the other way, the Green Berets were established in 1940. These boys were given backpacks, which were parachutes, portion of the food, compass, map, and drop right up there, above the land where we're traveling through right now. The objective was simple: get to the camp safely when you drop off from plane. All of them jump out of a plane first time ever in their lifetime. They never practice how to use a parachute. You can imagine how many things could go wrong, and many things went wrong. That or the other way, that was a selection process. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It's not Jesus, it was Winston Churchill. Jesus didn't say that. So, whoever made it, got to the camp, was trained, and became first lot of Commando Boys, Green Berets. They still considered to be one of the elite forces, and still people joining them for prestige recognition. However, this first lot of the boys, once the Second World War was over, the first lot, they joined secret services. They had enough, or there was not enough to actually utilize the specific set of skills. So they've been $6 mountains are all in Scotland too. So we got $6 mountains in the whole Great Britain, right here in Scotland. So if you want to climb them, and many people doing it, you can join the growing circle of people. They call themselves Munro Baggers. Munro Baggers. Don't think about Bilbo Baggins, that's nothing to do with that. It's Munro Bagger. Means you go there and you bag the Munro. There are 282 Munros in Scotland, which means there are mountains, there are more than 3,000 feet. In the meters, it's 914.6. You'll find out the train that goes to Hogwarts, Aqua Vitae, and it looks like these people are ship shaggers. I don't know why they're chasing them. To the right, you see Three Sisters of Glencoe. Starting from a very far one, it's Faith. One in the middle, Hope. This one, Charity. In Charity, if you keep looking on the slope, you might see a little cave-like structure. It's claimed to be Ossian Cave. One of the old poets. And here we see proper example of a nutter with BMW. When people in Britain, motorists in Britain, been surveyed and have been asked, who do you consider the worst drivers on the roads. Guess what brands of cars people pointed out? And Audi and BMW. So it's nearly a meter deep. So it's not that deep, but it's growing every 100 years by 1 centimeter. This area is nature protection and conservation. That's why Anna will stop here. Some people don't mind it, some people just want a picture. They don't care. They walk there, they do other things. And it's a very fragile ecosystem. To the left, again, next rainbow, second one. And that big water container is called Loch Ba. Shortly to the right, you will see Cranachs, a little rocky islands. These little rocky islands were constructed by people so they could build their homes on the water, protect themselves from carnivores such as bears and wolves. This rainbow getting stronger, so anyone wants blue sky with the rainbow dashing down to the ground, take a picture of it. I can't, I would love to, but it's only you guys can do that through the windows. Especially now when we make a turn and it's disappearing. That's what the beauty of a rainbow is. So to the left, few Cranachs. As I said, that's the worst part of the road. Welcome to Scottish roller coaster. Yeah. Shortly we're stopping for our last photo stop over Loch Toa. You guys would take a picture over the loch. Look at these streaks of lights coming down to the right. Cracking dramatic skyline. That's the beauty of a landscape in Scotland. And there's a sunlight straight directly on it. It's probably somewhere in the rainbow runs. If you look around, there's enough water in here to create the next rainbow. And that's really, when you see dramatic cracking pictures like that, that must be Scottish weather, very changeable. Sometimes people wait whole day just to take one picture like that of a landscape. And you guys been lucky to see some of those just like that. So shortly we're stopping over Loch Toa. Go on, take a picture. Before we get there, there's one tree to remember. One tree to remember. It's a tree that shows you perseverance of a nature. It shows you that even in a worst case scenario, you might find a solution for your life. Look at that tree to the right. It grows right out of a rock. And eventually, one day, the rock will cease to exist. And the tree will be magnificent. That's the changes of nature. So 2 minutes guys, we're stopping Loch Toa. Once we stop it, go out, take a pictures. Don't go anywhere. It's a bit wet, slippery. Don't go through the grass. You might fall, you might hit yourself, hurt yourself. No need for it. Stick to the car park, take a few pictures. It's quite dramatic. It looks pretty much like a winter. Right down below what I can see. Not much of a daylight, more of a gloom light. But still go and take a picture. That way you had the Glencoe. Some people will call it Hawk. It's just gliding in front of us. We are in Glen Ogle here, coming down, further down towards the lowlands, because not long now till we leave Highlands. However, next sharp bend to the left, to the right hand side, you will see a little viaduct. And if I would be very, very, very naughty, I would say, look, that's Glenfinnan. But it's not. It just looks similar. Very similar to many people when they don't pay attention to details. So if you want to fool someone, take a picture of it, post it online without saying what it is, and trust me, they will fall for it. There it is, to the right hand side, little viaduct, used to be rail line, now part of a Rob Roy walkway. A nice wee viaduct. Glenfinnan is made of concrete, This one of rocks, stones, and it's a rubbery walkway and a glen.